Okay, so good evening. Today's lesson we're going to look at ionic equations. Okay, ionic equations. So when you talk about ionic equations, we are just talking about writing the species in an equation in ionic form. So you only split those that are in aqueous or in aqueous, if you like. You only split those that are in what? In aqueous or in aqueous. Okay, so for example, we'll say that as NaOH, which is sodium hydroxide, plus hydrochloric acid. So what you should form is that you are going to form sodium chloride plus water, which is H2O. So we know that when an alkaline reacts with an acid, what should be formed is a salt and water. And always remember that sodium hydroxide, it is in aqueous state. Then also hydrochloric acid is in aqueous state, sodium chloride in aqueous state, as well as this one is in liquid. So what you're going to just talk about is you split only those that are in aqueous. You only split those that are in what? In aqueous. So we'll begin. So sodium is going to be Na. It loses one electron, so its charge is positive. Then you write aqueous here, then plus. Okay, then you write OH. Now OH is a radical, so it has a charge of negative. Then you write your aqueous there. Okay, then you put your brackets there. And then plus hydrogen. Hydrogen is positively charged when it ionizes. So meaning here it is going to be plus. Then here you put what? Aqueous. And then you say plus Cl. Chlorine is negative, so aqueous, because it gains one electron. So therefore you go for this one. Then it will be same applies here, to be Na plus, then here aqueous, then plus Cl aqueous, then negative, then plus H2O liquid. Remember that water is not in aqueous state, so we don't split it. So now the first thing that you also need to consider is balancing the equation before you even do all this. But this one, it was a self-balanced, so this one was self-balanced. That's why I just went straight to it. It was self-balanced. So now this is what we call the ionic equation. Then now we talk about the net ionic equation. So net ionic equation, we're going just to split that which we call spectator ions, those that are found both on the left and the right side, or on the reactant and product side, if they are there. So for example, here of sodium ions, you cancel out. Even this one you cancel out. Then you also have chlorine ions, this one and that one you cancel out. So what will remain is OH negative aqueous plus H plus aqueous. Then we're going to have H2O liquid, and you're done. So that is our answer there. Clear? So that was example 1. So we now look at example 2. So example 2. So example 2, okay, we'll say that example 2 will say, okay, calcium carbonate plus hydrochloric acid. So we'll say plus hydrochloric acid. So we'll say HCl Okay, then it's going to form calcium chloride, which is CaCl2 plus H2O plus carbon dioxide. Okay, that's what you're going to form. So this is S, this is aqueous. Remember I said acids are in aqueous state, calcium chloride is in aqueous state, water is in a liquid state, and carbon dioxide is in a what? In a gaseous state. So now let's balance the stuff here. So if I check for calcium here, if I check where there's calcium, I can say that calcium is 1. Calcium is 1. So calcium, where there's calcium is 1. Calcium is 1. Even here is 1. Okay. Then if I check for carbon, carbon is 1. Even here carbon is 1. But if I check chlorine, here is 2. Chlorine here is 2. So I'll be forced that this chlorine also becomes what? 2. So I'll put 2 in front here. So if I put a 2 in front here, hydrogen now becomes 2, and even here hydrogen becomes what? 2. Let's see oxygen. Oxygen, this is 2 plus 1 is 3. But here it is what? 3. So it is now balanced. Just putting a 2 there is balanced. So we write the ionic equation now. So say since this one is in the this one is in the solid state, we are not going to split it. So it will be CaCO3AC, then plus this one is in aqueous. So you say 2 because of these 2 which you have put in front, 2H plus, then aqueous, then plus 2 Cl negative aqueous. Okay, then equals, let me even start it from this far end because I don't want it to, let me start it from this far end so that we follow through everything. So I'll say I'll say so I'll write so write CaCO3 solid state plus 2H plus aqueous plus 2Cl negative aqueous, okay, is going to give us Ca2 plus, because calcium, no, it loses two electrons, then aqueous, then plus. Remember these 2 came as a result of a valence, so it's supposed to be in front, so it will be 2Cl negative aqueous, then plus H2O liquid plus CO2 gas. So now if you want to write the net ionic equation, so what you're going to do is we're going just to split those that are found on the both sides. So I can see sodium ion, okay, and this one, they're the same. So what else? That's also our final answer will be CaCO3S plus 2H plus aqueous, then Ca2 plus aqueous plus H2O plus CO2 gas. So that's what we are saying. So this one, try out this one, problems, then you send, I will try out this question, then you'll be able to send in my inbox and everything. Try this number, so try this work. So say calcium oxide, which is S, okay, plus sulfuric acid H2SO4. So it's going to give us calcium sulfate, which is SO4, So I'll put aqueous because it's slightly soluble, then plus H2O. Yeah, that's the work that you need to solve. So that's about that, about ionic equation for today.